He was talking about, I don't even remember. I talked about this somewhere. I forget where. But that was the guy who hit. Oh, that was when I was doing stand up. But I like saw him. He looked all tired, and I was like, "What'd you get into last night?" Yeah. He's like, "BattleBots is back on TV." He's like, "They used to have 75 robots. Now they have 250 in the tournament." He's like, "Dude, I was up all fucking night."
This guy had an Uzi. He's watching BattleBots. Who is this guy?
He's my boy, dude.
Your squad is nuts.
Dude, they got 250 bots in the tournament, dude.
It's a big tournament. The big dance.
He's like, dude. He was like talking. He was like describing.
I thought when I was young, I was like, BattleBots is gonna be the coolest fucking thing I've ever even imagined. And it sucked, dude.
I thought it was awesome.
BattleBots sucked. The best move you could do is a thing with like a ramp. That was the best.
There was the drill. There was the boar.
One of them had a ramp that just flipped the other one over, and it was like,
just
all
like
right,
an angled
that's it.
ramp.
Yeah.
One of them was literally a wedge. In fact, that was probably its name, was Wedge.
I think, yeah.
And it was the most unstoppable BattleBot.
Dude,
the Wedge just flipped them. Dude, what are you laughing at? You like Wedge?
Because, dude, I fucking love BattleBots. They had the one with the big hammer. The
Yeah,
big
that's
hammer.
the hammer.
What's that guy doing?
He's still in the
Nothing.
tournament.
The tournament's going now?
The hammer isn't. Yeah, dude.
The big dance is on right now?
Thursdays, dude.
Holy shit.
But the wedge beats the hammer every time.
Wedge is the best.
The wedge-
I think Yoshimoto would say.
He's just. I mean, it would be subtitled. Obviously, it'd be like, "I'm very happy and very pleased and very proud.
Very pleased with my wedge.
I'm taking the wedge."
The wedge is. What's the wedge up to? Find out, Lemaire.
Yeah, the
kind of thing.
I'd like a
easily
spiderish one, the one that walked, but he would get eviscerated.
Oh, yeah.
Wedge. Can you imagine Wedge
But
running
now they can
into
be
that?
like carbon
legs.
fiber and lightweight. And
That's what I'm saying,
yeah,
dude. Or
We got a
What is it?
spider one called Black Widow this year.
What do you think of that guy?
yeah.
It's looking pretty sick. It got 8 legs. It looks like a Black Widow and it looks like it shocks people.
Does it have any wheels on it?
Shocks him.
Yeah, probably on the bottom. It looks
Does-
like on the bottom. It has
Oh,
wheels.
see, that's not good. That means it sucks.
That thing's going
If
to
it
suck.
has legs, but it still just goes on
And it's going
wheels.
to try to shock the wedge. The wedge
I
was,
gotta watch bots.
the wedge was made out of whatever they make the steps to wrestling.
What?
Wrestling.
Yo, yeah, like a
Steel-
diamond plate.
Yes.
Diamond
It was
plate.
made
was.
entirely out of wrestling steps, and all it did was flip you over.
Yeah.
I remember I was so excited. I was like, "This is the future." And I sat down and watched it, and I was like, "Fucking Wedge, Wedge is winning."
Wrestling steps.
That's all I remember. It was made out of wrestling steps, and I was furious.
Just one that looks like a shark. There's a shark bot.
That's winning me back a little. I like that. I like that.
What's its weapon?
Teeth? Crunchy teeth?
It has teeth and it has a tail.
Tail whip from Sharkbot? Come on. Is wrestling steps still in it?
Yeah, is the wedge still there?
Yeah, it's called deadlift now.
Do they add like a hydraulic press that like pops it up?
It just
True,
looks
I
like
remember that
yeah,
guy.
just- Like it's just
Yeah.
wedge. Just
It's a wedge. It's fucking useless. It's a piece of shit. It just crushes everybody.
It dominates.
A wedge, that thing would fuck this room up if that came in here.
Oh, I'm fucking.
Wedge would fucking ruin this whole room.
I want to do
We don't
a wedge
just trip.
a wedge Roomba. If someone in your house you don't like, you
Alabama's in trouble if I'm
That-
wearing these.
damn look at the
They
back.
are
Look at that
nice.
snake skin on the
They
back,
are
dude.
nice.
Imagine that coming at you, Matt.
Dude, I don't want it. I don't want it, dude.
I might install this thing in the bots.
Dude,
This could be a bot.
a Notre Dame show.
This technically with Bluetooth is Notre Dame shoe could stand up to the wedge.
Yeah, catch that,
Yeah.
dude.
I think the wedge
You guys,
supports
all
Blue
all
Lives.
those big corporate.
You think
people-
Wedge's Blue Lives Matter?
Yeah. The
I
wedge
agree
is
with that. Wedge is definitely a hardline Republican.
The wedge is very conservative. Everyone's
sure.
with their newfangled hammers and sharks biting.
Yeah.
It's like
Old school. Run it down their throats. Straight ahead.
keep it simple.
The Wedge is doing post game interviews like, well, we got to see the rest of the footage. You know? He's like, well, what did they say before the cop shot? Some fucking terrorist is going to get hit with a wedge.
Swoop.
Some guy is going to be holding a bunch of people hostage. A wedge is just going to come like pick him up slightly. You saw that? You remember that like
DARPA got their hands on that
I
thing.
think at MIT or Boston Dynamics,
Dynamics, yeah.
that fucking like dog robot.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
Get that thing with a hammer and just let it
Yeah.
run loose in the Middle East. Just set a couple of those loose.
just opening
Yeah.
doors.
Just be like, everybody stay inside for a couple, stay inside for a decade. We just let out a bunch of these hammer deer.
Oh, hammer dogs.
The hammer dogs are loose. We're gonna set them loose.
Hammer tail. Do they have a hammer
And they're
tail?
just gonna hit whoever they run into. So you guys better stay in.
The ISIS puts together a wedge.
A wedge.
Oh, dude.
Damn.
You would sell them a wedge, wouldn't you?
You
dude?
would.
ISIS puts together their own wedge. Russia
the
sells them a wedge.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Wedge. It's over if Wedge gets in there.
Like General.
Dog versus hammer dog versus Wedge.
Where the hell did they get a wedge?
Just seeing it.
Goddamn Obama and Hillary sold them the wedge.
Like, now you have to kill him.
Who do you think would kill Zuck? The wedge?
Just wedge him up.
That could be his.
Wedge him right up.
I would imagine Zuckerberg does run like that Boston Dynamics deer, like very weird, like falling. Like the wedge could fuck him up.
I'm telling you, man. You
Digital
send a
wedge.
bot on it because he'd probably be like, "Oh, sweet, like I'll."
Oh, nice, a wedge.
A bot, yeah. Then it just reaches over his balcony, it wedges him, then pops him. The hydraulic pop sends him to his fucking death in Hawaii.
You put it on the elevator. He's like, "Sweet robotics, bring it in. It's a gift." Turns out it's a fucking wedge.
Yeah, he'd be so shocked.
That a wedge got him?
Gets right under that bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
True.
Just right through the gap. Yeah.
true, dude.
It's like you didn't think about the
Oh,
wedge.
Trojan horse.
It's in half and it's 2 wedges, dude.
Whoa, dude, it's 2?
Yeah.
Turned out it's
If
double
you saw a wedge,
deadlift.
he's off.
Wedge.
And then it splits into 2 wedges, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking one for each foot. He's, ah!
Yeah. It goes right.
Now
it
you're
go
a
left.
prisoner to the wedge. You're at its will.
Some 14-year-old who built it is fucking. Dude, so I'm sitting there today and I'm like,
I love that the wedge was the best bot because it was definitely the worst.
First
Like
idea.
some guy was like trying to build like a hammer on top of it or like a drill, and he was like, "Let me just fucking flip these other guys' fucking things. This thing's unstoppable."
oh,
We're
dude.
gonna own the ground.
Yeah,
I mean, imagine
Yeah,
being part of
low.
the team of the wedge.
The low
the
man.
team behind it be
He like
like,
comes out and he's like,
The low man. wins.
"That's a good idea." What if we just make it a fucking wedge that flips things over?
Full.
Interesting.
We've been completely overthinking.
We've been overthinking it. 250 new bots? I wonder if someone went with a wedge first.
wedge tank? I don't know why they didn't do it.
Knocked over like a guy. Like mission accomplished, dude. That
Yeah,
guy's-
imagine going back in time with a wedge. It's
like they've been wedging me, dude. They've wedged my dad. He sits on the recliner and one of those commercials hits him. He's like, they wedge him off, dude.
well, they're taking off like they're. It'd
He
be like,
hates LeBron James now.
yeah,
He
dude.
hates LeBron James.
Imagine you're an old white dude and you're like, oh, nice, a Titleist commercial. And then all of a sudden it's like some guy being like, hey, you fucking old white
Yeah,
piece of
some
shit.
guy
Like,
with the
"What?"
Titleist, he's like, "Are you sick of white pussies ruining everything?" Whoosh. Take a look at this drive. My God, they've got a wedge. What are you gonna say, Lemaire?
What's
Starting to sound like a wedge.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because
Gotta see the tape.
that's wedge talk.
Yeah. that is
If fuck
can
you,
jump,
Lemaire,
it
trying
can
to make me feel bad about
can make
that.
the
I'm not a
jump.
wedge, dude. You're a fucking wedge. You tried to wedge me. Come on. Sorry, let's get back to wedges. Now imagine, Matt. Now let me defend myself because you've just come in here and wedged me. I've been nothing but nice to you. He just swallows punches. He's a wedge, dude. He is a fucking wedge, dude. He just sits there and gets drilled, and he's just like, he'll look at me sometimes and be like, Jesus Christ. He just fucking weathers the storm, dude. I should be like, I want to go see the grotto. I'd be like, I've seen it a million times. We're here to take care of Texas. I want to go to the bookstore. I'm like, we're not going to the fucking bookstore. Yeah. I'll take the blame on that one.
Dude, that was like we would go into rooms, fight with our girlfriends, come back out, and just get hammered.
Shit, I fought with your girlfriend. Everybody. I mean, that was
It was like an
bots.
argument orgy.
That was bots, dude. I
Oh,
wedged.
yeah.
I wedged hard. Your girlfriend came at me, hit her with a wedge, dude. You know, they're fucking 65. Date nights are, it's over.
Yeah.
2 years into a relationship, I'm done with dates. I'm going into full wedge on the fucking recliner, getting yelled at, just like, whatever, bitch. I don't know what her problem is. We're going to Notre Dame. I'm wedging on the couch. I'm blacking out.
Oh my god.
It's a Gillis tradition to simply, you just have to lock down a woman and then totally ignore them.
Fully tap out of the relationship
Yeah,
mentally.
fully tap out. Just check out, sit there, watch sports. Anytime they're like, do you want to hang out? You're like, oh my God, again with the nagging.